events written down, it's really easy to write them into a summary. Remember, a summary is a short version of something that tells the most important information. We practiced that a lot when we were working with the circulatory story. But now we're going to move on to look at narrative summaries, which is when we summarize fictional text, like Love That Dog. It's a little bit different because instead of just looking for the main ideas and details, like in our boxes and bullets, we're going to be focusing on the main characters, the setting, and the main events. So that's what a narrative summary is. Today, I will show you an example. So here's an example of what we've read so far in Love That Dog. Follow along as I read. Love That Dog is a book by Sharon Creech. In the beginning of the book, the main character, Jack, doesn't want to write poetry. He writes in his journal at school that he thinks poetry is just for girls. He reads The Red Wheelbarrow, but he doesn't understand it. In October, he does write a poem based on the Red Wheelbarrow, and he writes about a blue car. But he doesn't want Miss Stretchberry to read it aloud or put his poem on the board. So, what do you think about this summary? I think it's pretty good because it has many of the characteristics of an effective narrative summary. So look over these characteristics with me. First, a narrative summary captures the central idea. It includes main characters and setting, includes only important events, is brief, that means short, and is stated in your own words. So when we look back at this summary, I see the main character, I see the setting, I know it's about Jack at school, I see the main events, he's reading poetry, he's writing poetry, he doesn't want his teacher to put it on the board, right? And it's written in my own words, and it's pretty short. So now I want you to take a minute to think more carefully about these characteristics of a narrative summary. We will practice writing more narrative summaries later, but right now I want you to really just think about the characteristics. In your Wit and Wisdom journal, I want you to first name a characteristic of a narrative summary, and then, number 2, write the phrase or sentence from the example summary that represents the characteristic. I put these here for you on the same slide so that'll be easier to do that. So on this side, we have the characteristics, and on this side, the example. So you're going to pick one thing from this list, and then you're going to copy the part of the summary that demonstrates that characteristic. Go ahead and pause the video to do that now.